Alright, welcome back to another video. Topic for this video is combining like terms. Before I get into it, I just want to explain. This is an expression. An expression does not contain an equal sign. Alright? So an expression does not have an equal sign. I want to label the parts of the expression here. So we have 3 here. We call this number the coefficient. This is a number that comes before the variable, right? Or the number that is attached to the variable. We call it the coefficient. This one, the letter, we call it the variable. This number here, we call it a constant. It does not have a variable attached to it. And any sign that separates, we call that the operation. Alright? Alright. So that we call that the operation. 3a and 5, we call those each a term. Would be 3a and 5. Alright, so the terms there would be 3a and 5. How do we identify terms? Terms are separated by the operation sign, whether a subtraction or an addition. It is separated by the operation sign, whether subtraction or addition. Alright, so we have to know the parts of the expression before trying to solve them. So we know the coefficient, the number that comes before the variable. Variable is the letter, the sign is the operation, 5 is a constant because it does not have a variable attached to it, and there are 2 terms in this expression, 3a and 5. Alright? Alright, let's get into it. So we are going to combine like terms, and before we can combine like terms, we have to remember what are like terms. So remember, like terms, they have the same variable and the same power. They have the same variable and the same power. All like terms have the same variable and the same power. First thing I want you to do whenever you have an expression and you're asked to solve, can be simplify the expression. Simplify the expression. They ask you to simplify the expression or combine the like terms. First thing I want you to do, if there are any subtraction sign in the expression, and I'll show you with a different example. The second thing that I want you to do, identify the like terms in the expression. Identify the like terms in the expression. Example, for 2a and 4a would be like terms because they have the same variable. 3 and 5 would be like terms. So identify the like terms. After identifying the like terms, the next step I want you to take is to group the like terms. When I say grouping the like terms, I mean putting them beside each other. So we have 2a, 4a will go beside 2a because these are like terms. When you're grouping them, please to pay attention to the sign that is before the number. So 4a is positive. When you group them, it must remain positive. Alright, do not change the sign. We have 3, sign before the 3 is a positive, that remains a positive. The sign before the 5 is positive, it remains a positive. So now that we have like terms beside each other, group the like terms, we can combine them or we can add them or subtract them depending on the operation that we have there. It's all addition here. So we have 2a plus 4a, which gives me 6a. I have 3 plus 5, which will give me 8. So my answer here is 6a plus 8. We cannot add 6a and 8 because what? They are unlike terms. This one has a variable, this one does not have a variable. So they are not like terms, and that's where this expression stops. Alright? Alright. I have another expression there, and I'm going to simplify the expression. But before we simplify the expression, 5 and 2 would be coefficients. 5 and 2 will be coefficient. The numbers that come before the variable. So 5 and 2, they are coefficients. 4 and 1, they are constant. The x's, they are variable, and we have what? Operation plus subtract, subtract. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 terms in this expression. Alright? Alright, so now let's solve. So this is what I was talking about early on. Once there's a subtraction sign in the expression, we're not working with any subtraction sign. So the first thing I want you to do is to change all subtraction to an addition. So look, I want you to pay keen attention here. I change this addition, this subtraction to an addition, then the number here changes. So it's a negative 2x. I change the subtraction to an addition, number here changes, it's a negative 1. Right? Right. Alright, so after changing all the subtraction to addition, the next thing is to identify the like terms. 5x, negative 2x are like terms. 4 and negative 1 are like terms. After identifying the like terms, I want you to combine them. So I have 5x plus, like term would be negative 2x plus 4 plus negative 1. Notice we have a negative 2 here, it remains a negative 2. We have a negative 1, it remains a negative 1. We have a positive 5, it remains a positive 5. Positive 4, it means a positive 4. Do not change the signs, alright, when you're grouping. Now that we have grouped, we can combine like terms. So when we're combining, you need to focus on the coefficients, alright? So it's 5 take 2, or 5 subtract 2. 5 plus negative 2 is the same thing. That's going to give me a positive 3. So you subtract or you add the coefficients and you write back the variable. 4 plus negative 1, that's going to give me positive 3. So my answer is 3x plus 3. We cannot add these two because they are unlike term. One has a variable and one does not have a variable. Alright. So remember, first step, change all the subtraction to an addition. When the negative is at the front, you don't need to change it, alright, because we already know that this is a negative 5. So I'm going to change this addition, this subtraction to an addition, and this changes, so that's a negative 3. I change this addition, subtraction to an addition, that becomes a negative 4a. Alright. After doing that, we said that we identify like terms. 5a, negative 5a would be like term with what? Let's go down the line. It will be like term with 3a. Let's identify the next. 2ab would be like term with negative 3, negative 4ab, sorry. Alright? So remember, like terms have the same variables and the same exponent. Alright? After identifying the like terms, next step is to group them. And grouping meaning you're putting them beside each other. So I would have negative 5a, that would be like term with 3a, so plus 3a. We have plus 2ab, that would be like term with negative 4ab. Then we have plus negative 3b, that's by itself. Alright? So we have negative 5 plus 3. Different sign, we subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. We have a positive, we have a negative and a positive. So we subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number. So my answer will be negative 2. And we write back the variable. 2a plus negative 4. Signs are different. 2ab plus negative 4ab. Positive, negative. Signs are different. We subtract and we keep the sign of the bigger number. So that's negative 2ab. And 3b stand by itself, so that's plus negative 3b. Alright, if you're doing a multiple choice question, more than likely you will not see this with the plus negative 2ab. So we can tidy it up by writing 2a. This would be the same thing as subtract 2ab, subtract 3b. Alright? So that would be your final answer. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have learned something. So I'm going to stop there for this video. See you next time.